Getting to Know the World's Greatest Artists, written and illustrated by Mike Venezia. Mary Cassatt. Mary Cassatt was born in Allegheny, Pennsylvania in 1844. She is known as a great American artist, even though she spent most of her life living and painting in France. This is a self-portrait of Mary. Mary loved families and children. Her paintings and pastels of mothers with their babies are among her most famous works. When Mary was 7 years old, her family left America and moved to Paris, France for a couple of years. Mr. and Mrs. Cassatt wanted their children to see all the wonderful sights while they lived in Paris. They took their children to the great art museums and galleries, where Mary saw her first works of art. Come along, Mary, we have 7 or 8 more museums to see today. I'm hungry, I'm tired, I'm bored. Just a minute, Mother. Wow. A few years after the Cassatt family returned to America, Mary decided she wanted to be an artist. Not just any artist, but a serious artist. At first, Mary's father was very upset. In the 1880s, people felt women weren't supposed to be artists. They thought women should only have very polite hobbies, become someone's wife, and stay home to raise their children. It was one of the few times Mary and her father didn't get along. Finally, after realizing how much Mary wanted to be an artist, her father agreed to send her to art school. Dear, Mary's been holding her breath for 3 days. Why don't you tell her it's okay to be an artist? Oh, all right. Mary studied very hard at the Pennsylvania Academy of the Fine Arts. After 4 years there, she decided a better way to learn about art would be to copy the paintings of the world's greatest artists. There were very few paintings by great artists in America at that time, so in 1866, Mary Cassatt left for France. She spent as much time as she could in art museums copying famous paintings. Madame, you're welcome to stay here during museum hours only. Mary Cassatt was becoming a pretty good artist. So she entered one of her paintings into the Paris Salon. The salon was an important place to have your painting shown. People from all over the world came to look at and maybe buy the paintings they saw there. It wasn't easy getting a painting into the Paris Salon. It was even harder if you were a woman artist, especially an American woman artist. But in 1872, Mary's painting On the Balcony was accepted by the judges of the Great Salon. The Salon accepted 4 more of Mary Cassatt's paintings. Then something happened that changed Mary's life. At that time, a small group of artists called Impressionists were painting in a new and exciting ways. They didn't like the rules of the Salon had made about the way art should look. They didn't think the Salon's judges should decide what was good or bad about paintings either. One of the Impressionists, Edgar Degas, asked Mary to join their group. Mary was thrilled. "We want you to join our group. So far, nobody likes us or our paintings, and we don't make any money. But we have fun and get to paint anything we want. Count me in." Mary had seen paintings done by the Impressionists. She loved the bright, beautiful colors that Claude Monet, Camille Pissarro, Auguste Renoir, and the other Impressionists used. Monet and Pissarro, Renoir. But most of all, Mary liked the work of Edgar Degas. She thought his colors, unusual angles, and the way he painted people made his paintings perfect. Mary Cassatt and Edgar Degas became close friends. Mary learned all she could from Degas. Soon, she stopped using dark background colors and painting people in fancy costumes like the painting above. She stopped doing things the judges at the salon would have accepted. She started to paint people as they really looked, doing everyday things. Her colors got brighter too. Mary kept working with Edgar Degas. They experimented with different types of art. For a while, Mary made a series of special color prints. They also experimented with pastels, mixing them with oil, turpentine, and even steam. They were trying to find ways to make the chalky colors as bright as possible and make the pastels sink deep into the paper. In 1877, Mary's mother, father, and sister, Lydia, came to live with her in Paris. Her brothers and their families would visit Mary too. Mary used the members of her family as models in many of her paintings and pastels. In the painting above, Mary showed her sister Lydia driving a carriage. Mary was interested in photography and framed this painting so the pony and carriage were cut off. Mary knew that framing her painting like a snapshot would give more importance to her sister and the little girl sitting next to her. In 1892, Mary was very happy to receive an invitation from America. She was asked to make a huge painting called a mural for the Women's Building at the Chicago World's Fair. The painting was so large that the canvas had to be lowered into a ditch while Mary was working on it so she could reach the top.
These American painters are really strange. Yeah, Renoir never asked us to do this kind of stuff.
The painting mysteriously disappeared after the fair. Some people think the smaller painting shown above may have been a study for Mary's huge painting. Mary Cassatt never had children of her own, but she seemed to understand the love between mothers and their babies better than any other artist. Whether she used soft pastels or strong shapes and bright colors, Mary Cassatt's pictures are always warm and friendly. Mary Cassatt's paintings make you feel like you're right there, looking in on someone during a special moment. She made ordinary, everyday scenes important and helped make the world realize that women could be great artists too. Mary Cassatt painted with love in a way few artists have ever been able to do.